Quay. I decided it'd be really cool for me just to tune in and to do an introduction read on my book, Apply Where Necessary. I'm just so grateful for all the support that it's received so far. Literally every other day there's an order coming in, and it's just it feels so good because I have a goal that I want to reach before I make it available to other platforms. And it just feels so good to see that people are supporting me and really present, really interested in reading this book, because it's a story about me, and it's pretty raw in here, and it's a glimpse of what I went through on the journey that I'm on. However, I feel like it's a really true glimpse. Therefore, I would love to begin reading my introduction. Apply where necessary. If you were special, you would have been born bulletproof. No one is exempt from failure, pain, happiness, or wealth. Lock in and make it happen for yourself. You are uniquely you, and it will happen if you allow. Surrender now. Sit in all of your stuff, the beautiful and the ugly. By the end of this book, you'll be ready to get up, and I promise you will walk differently. Understanding everything you are feeling right now is a result of all you have been through, leading you to the next phase you are heading towards. Surrender. You have fought what you know, fought what you have not wanted to learn or believe, and even fought to get to this very position. Whether a big fight or small, you need to surrender right now and reflect on it all. Stop dwelling. Reflect on it. You are not wrong, nor are you right. You have simply been doing what you felt you needed to do. I relieve you of that duty today. Surrender to every version of yourself that you have been these past years, and appreciate how far you've come, regardless of the situation. You may feel extremely happy with your current chapter of life. You may be struggling with something or currently in healing. One thing we all have in common is we are alive and capable of changing our circumstances, no matter what they are. There have been times I've allowed myself to grind hard and reach new levels, and other times I distracted myself with other things and I stayed on pause. You know what you have done. Now surrender, refine, and get ready to go even further. Happiness is an ongoing process. Change may take time, and self-love is a forever journey. It is your willingness for them that will get you where you desire. Once you understand that, you will not be so hard on yourself, because you were not born into the perfect standards you may have dreamed up that have caused you dis-ease, or for not reaching your ideal level of success at the rate you have. The ability to learn and take information, apply it to your life, and eventually recycle it to someone else who may be in need is one of the greatest acts of self-love. What you put into your body, whether knowledge or nourishment, and allow around your body says a great deal about your value of self. Do you love the reflection in the mirror? We are more powerful than we allowed ourselves to be, and sometimes we give our power to the wrong people or things. As humans, we are blessed with the gifts of intuition and subconscious, as well as brain functionality, which allows us to decipher, decode, and decide on occurrences in life. So what if you did not make all the right decisions? Did you learn something in the process? Did you use what you learned or discovered to make better decisions towards your future? There are necessary decisions that, once applied, can bring you to a better state. What matters is what you do next with what you currently have circulating in your mind. No one can do it for you. Aside from putting you on game, the rest have always been up to you. Always. It is what you've allowed. How did I get here? You deserve much better than me, Quay. Consistent patterns, ignored red flags, and judging based on potential were the basis of my intimate relationships. We usually have the information we need right in front of our eyes. However, some of us like to take the more challenging route just to prove the other side wrong. Sounds familiar? Whom are you really trying to convince? Sometimes we take what we know and throw it in the trash to conceive a new method to our own madness. That is how I got here. This book was formulated from the heartbreak inflicted on myself in the early 20s through repetitive, pointless decisions. I gave my heart to grown boys who did not know what to do with it because the dreamer in me painted a version of them in my head that they were not and could not be. Every time I allowed myself to level up on me and thought I was ready to invest my energy into another growing boy, I poured everything I had emotionally into the relationship and fought hard for him to fight for me. I caused myself pain, opened and emptied myself each time. It was my fault. I dated based on potential I dreamed up for these individuals and ignored everything that was presented in front of me. One day in 2017, I finally decided I wanted to live and learn from my mistakes and build myself beyond any level of self-love I thought I reached in my past. I hope this book helps you dig deeper into the parts of you that you have buried. Light the fire inside of you. Shine a light on all the parts of you and inspire you to design and then live the life you deserve. I began to affirm who I was becoming and where I intended to go. I've been on this journey ever since. What about before that though? I've challenged myself to go further back to how I even got to the point above. I began to pull up my roots. I have identified where most of my troubling patterns derive from and why I felt the need to exhaust myself with them every time I chose to do so. We're going to go back a little further.